All right, now we can look at converting from polar to rectangular. So at polar, we have something in r theta. I want to find the x and y. This is kind of the direction we're going in this case. This is really simple. There's just two really plug-in formulas. R equals cosine theta, y equals r sine theta. So in this point we're given, this is r and this is theta, and so we just want to figure it out from there. So x is going to be r cosine 7 pi over 6, and y is going to be negative 1 sine of 7 pi over 6. Now the sine and cosine of 7 pi over 6 can simply be found on the unit circle. If I look up 7 pi over 6 on my unit circle, it's down here. It'd be negative radical 3 over 2, negative half. So my cosine is negative radical 3 over 2, and my sine is going to be negative 1 half. Now those are both multiplied by r, and r in our case is simply negative 1. So x is going to become positive radical 3 over 2, and y is going to become positive half. So that's radical 3 over 2 and 1 half. Now that makes sense because if I think about it, that this polar point, I'm rotating 7 pi over 6, but then I'm going backwards, so it's up here in quadrant 1. And in rectangular, if I go over and up, that's also in quadrant 1. Okay, so now that we've learned how to plot points, we're now going to learn how to switch their forms between polar and rectangular. So each conversion formula has a set of formulas you can use. For example, for this first one, it says we are converting from rectangular to polar. So that would be we have xy, we want to convert to r theta. So the two conversion formulas that we're going to use is we know r squared equals x squared plus y squared. And we know the reference angle for our direction of our polar is going to be given by the inverse tan of y over x, ignoring the sign. So I'll first find my r, because again, remember, this is our xy, and we want an r and a theta. Because it's in rectangular, we want it to polar. So first let's go ahead and figure out r. I know r squared equals 2 squared plus negative 3 squared. So that's going to yield 4 plus 9, which is 13. So r, when I take the square root, is plus or minus 13. You really can use either one. So you have your options. Most of the time we'll just pick the positive one. So in our polar coordinate that we're trying to get, I'm going to say that the r is square root of 13. I could say negative, but then I'd have to work the angle that way. So now I have to find the direction using the reference angle here. So if we think of this point, 2, negative 3, 2, negative 3 is somewhere down here in rectangular. That's its xy. So when I think of its polar angle, it's got to rotate down or rotate all the way around and then go out this radical 13 that we already found. So the first thing I'll do to find that is I'll find the reference angle. So I am going to do the inverse tan. Obviously make sure you're in degrees. And I'm going to do 3 over 2. Now remember, I'm just ignoring the sign because it's absolute value. So that my reference angle here is 56. But in quadrant 4, if you recall, quadrant 4 says the angle in quadrant 4 is 360 minus the reference angle. So my actual direction for this polar point is 304 degrees. So up here, this would be 304. So our final polar point is radical 13, 304. And so if you think about it, rotating this, that looks like 304, going out square root of 13, makes sense.